Hey, everybody. Welcome to the OBT show for this week. I'm Brendan.
I'm Chris.
And we're back to normal podcasting because we had a couple special shows. We had some no-shows. I finally get to sit with Chris, look into his deep, beautiful blue eyes. Are they blue or brown?
Blue.
Blue eyes. I was right the first time. I can't tell. I can't tell. And I never really look in your eyes. Should I be? As a podcast partner?
When you look at me while I'm talking, do you like stare at my nose or something? Because you're afraid of my piercing stare?
I'm afraid I'll get lost in those eyes.
Yeah, I know. They are pools of happiness.
They're pools of beautiful. Today, as we pod, it's a rainy, crappy day.
It's a spooky day.
It's a Halloween.
Halloween.
And are you dressing up as something?
Yeah, I'm going to be Black Mask from Batman.
Batman. Ooh, I like it.
It actually ties into our conversation today that we're going to have.
But I'm not ready to have it yet.
I'm not ready to have it either because we're just
chit-chatting.
We're just chit-chatting.
I don't like Halloween.
I don't like it either.
Never have. I never liked it. I never had a great Halloween.
That's a lie. I love Halloween.
Why are you lying? Why are you lying
because
to me?
I have this built-in meter that says that I'm not allowed to like Halloween anymore, but I watch scary movies all year. So for me, Halloween happens all the time. So there's just one day that everybody else gets on the bandwagon. But for me, it's like Halloween's every day of the year.
Well, what's the meter inside that says you can't celebrate Halloween?
Because like the costumes, because
you're 40 years old, right?
My desire to kill small children, all those factors factor into it.
Well, you're an older man. You're not older, but you're older. So does that play a factor into it?
I guess so. I mean, I'm going to dress up tonight and still have fun, but it's not like my top primo desire.
No, it's not like your day revolved around your costume.
No, I mean, if like 15 of my friends say, let's, hang out, have a few beers and watch Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
I'm totally down.
But I hear it.
I'll do that anyways.
I get scared easily, so I don't watch horror films. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, we've had this.
I know we've had, and it plays into my mind in Halloween because I'm even terrified of just everything. I don't like when people are walking around in masks that I don't understand. I don't like people trying to scare me on Halloween. I will punch you. Fair warning, I might shit my pants, but I'll punch you in the meantime.
The guy that pops out of the trash can and the guy texts him.
I'm pro that video. I don't
like surprises that way either. So
no, fine. I mean I don't know. I mean, I went as a Joker as a kid. I have a picture, but it's a very tame joke. It was a Joker without any of the facial scars or face paint. It was just Brendan dressed up in a costume, a bad suit. It wasn't like I was like, I'm Joker. They're like, okay, I guess you are.
Here's your candy, whatever.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I've never been into it. Even in college, I wasn't really that into it. I didn't like going. I don't like Halloween. It scares me. I had to pick up.
Enough. Hey man, this is the day that the barrier between the living and the dead is the thinnest. So
says who? Is that scientifically proven?
All Hallows Eve was celebrated before Christianity started.
I don't want to talk anymore because you're gonna freak me out.
Yeah, it was celebrated by the
Stop it! I'm gonna turn your mic off.
Practice, I think.
Oh, all right, it's Irish. I can deal with that. Yeah. Well, we were all drunk, so maybe that's why.
Yeah. Oh, hey, there's a ghost over there.
Craig. Oh, it must
That's right. It was a terrible Irish.
It was a terrible. There's a bloody ghost. There's a ghost. Shiver me timbers.
But
Irish ghost pirate.
Yeah, no, I mean I don't know. I'm being nerdy, so that makes me happy. I'm going to be Black.
Do you think people will know what you are?
I'm going to have to explain it every single time. Yeah. The only ones that are going to get it are nerds and people that are playing a game that we're going to talk about soon.
That's true. I would get it if I saw you. I would like it. But I'm going to be 30 soon. Countdown to 30 is on, starting on November 12th birthday, and it's going to be November 1st. I'm a little nervous.
Wait. You mean countdown from November 1st to November 12th?
To November 12th. Count up.
I was like, wait. What do you mean you're having a YouTube?
Was it countdown or was it count up? Because I'm going up in days.
Countdown.
It's a countdown to birthday to up.
Countdown to up to sideways.
The countdown to go up.
We're season 3 of Lost. We're doing flash forwards.
Flash forwards. We have to go back. That's how I feel.
I'm so glad you got that reference.
That's how I feel about my 20s parachute. I have to go back. Because I would like to. I'm okay though. I'm okay with it. I think. Ultimately, it is what it is. You have to move forward. You can't move back.
Yeah.
I had fun in my 20s.
Yeah.
How old are you again?
28.
You're 28, so you're getting there.
Yeah, I'm close.
You're gonna feel the wrath of 30.
I feel the wrath of 30 already.
Because you get sleepy a lot.
Yeah.
I get sleepy too. Like this weather, my first thought was not when I woke up. Oh, it's Halloween. It was. It might rain later. I better bring an umbrella. Totally forgot it was Halloween until I almost called police.
Adulthood.
I know. I almost called the police. I was like, "Who's that asshat dressed up like that? He looks shifty." And then I was like, "Oh, there's a Wonder Woman." Oh, okay. All right, it's Halloween. I didn't know what I was talking about.
Do you frequently call people asshats?
I do.
Okay,
a
good.
lot.
Okay, good.
I like it because it's
a
not
good term.
like asshole.
It's
That's
like
a little too
twat waffle. That's too. That one's always a
That's
keeper.
terrible. Asshat is a little more PC.
I guess. I don't know.
I don't like what you did. No. I can never. No, stop. No,
Twat
stop.
and ass. Butt hurt.
Butt hurt. You made me butt hurt, dude. I hate that. Get off that. Let's move on to our bread and butter here at the OBT show.
Welcome to the bread and butter segment of the OBT show.
Slather on that butter and get ready to.
We need a soundboard so we can with a knife.
Take the bread out of the oven, slice it up, and slather that butter. It's the butter and bread portion of the OBT show live.
We need a wolf howling around.
Bread and butter.
Hey, Brendan, did you hear?
What's that, Chris?
You bought a video game.
I did. you
See, this
asshat.
one you can't even be mad about.
No,
you know that was good.
I knew it was coming. It was good. It was a good transition. But I bought, and I've been playing Batman Arkham Origins for PlayStation 3. I've not finished the game yet, so I don't want to go. I'll give, I guess, initial impressions, full review, hopefully next week.
Basic story synopsis. I think
Basic story synopsis, gameplay. I'm enough. I've played about 6, 7 hours of it, actually. 7 hours total, I would say, of the game. I'm only 25% of the way there because I'm a type of guy, you get a game that's somewhat open world, which this is. I like to explore and I like to see what's going on. This is a game that's not done by Rocksteady like the previous two Batman entries were. It's done by WB Montreal. And they do a serviceable job.
Yeah.
It's sort of like an attaboy kind of, good job. It's not the immersive experience that I was hoping for.
It looks good.
As a Batman fan, yeah, the looks of actually playing.
There's not a lot of people in the world.
It's weird but the reason they kind of describe why that is. They give an explanation of It's a big snowstorm, and that's actually part of the opening sequence. It's they're like, Gotham PD advises all residents to stay inside for the blizzard, and it's like, all right, that's cool. But then there's absolutely nobody there. It's besides criminals. It's just everywhere you go is criminals. But Arkham City made sense because it's a concentrated group of criminals in a sectioned off part of the city. So I could believe that there would be criminals all over the place.
Be civilians,
right?
Yeah.
And this is pretty much twice the size. But if you played Arkham City, you played half the map already because they just repurposed it.
Oh.
Which was kind of like, I've been here before. Oh, yeah, from everything from the ladders on buildings to...
Like, literally, they just took it from one.
Right.
Well, and you know what? Actually, for once, I know that's, like, slightly disappointing in the sense of it's not innovative, but at the same time, there are games where I wanted exact levels to be reproduced for story continuity kind of stuff.
In that context, maybe. But I think where they really shine, though, is the interiors. Because interiors, I felt, in... Arkham City were not necessarily memorable. They were limited. But they do really well with the interior. So you're going into, I'm just playing a level where you are in a major luxury apartment tower. There's a sea ship that the Penguin owns, like a freighter. And there is, there's a few other underground areas. The sewers you're in. There's a lot of variety already to where you're going that makes up a little bit for the lack of city, but the graphics inside in the city context are not great. It's almost as if they needed one more go around because Arkham City and Arkham Asylum had so many little hints and things about the history of Batman.
A lot of story fluff.
That's not there in this game at all.
It looked good in the demo.
It looks good, but if you're looking for that detailed
like the
world,
Riddler leaving clues everywhere.
That's there, but they're like extortion files, so they're like little boxes that are green. So it's not like it's almost a regression in the complexity of the riddles. So and of the
Well, I mean, in
ways
a
to
sense,
get them.
this is still an origin story. I mean, I just maybe they could have done something more.
It could have been a little bit. I know. I'm also trying to keep that in mind. Like maybe this is their way of showing how Eddie hasn't necessarily evolved yet.
Yeah.
But it's sort of one of those things that because they have radio towers.
You're still paying for an experience.
Still paying for an experience,
Yeah.
and there's a radio tower system that allows for fast travel, but you can only utilize the fast travel if you crack the code of the Riddler in that specific tower. And the first one I did, I did it. I didn't even realize I did it. It was so quick. You literally beat up some guys, open up a door, take your little cryptograph sequencer, get the code, and then you've unlocked the fast travel. And I'm like, what? And then there's relay stations you just have to hit with a batarang, but you can see them from miles away, not even just in detective mode, which detective mode is almost back to Arkham Asylum level of detail where it's not grainy. I was hoping it would be a little bit more like a sonar where he's like adapting to it, but I think that's probably where I have the hardest time justifying the story because there's things and equipment that he has that he didn't even have in Arkham Asylum that he had in City that now he has in Origins, which it should really be you have less in some ways.
That's the way they described it originally when they were talking about the game. That it was going to be more of like a regression,
right? Which would be cool
in all senses. Like the one tool that I used in the demo was where you could was the remote. Is it remote batarang? The one where you could point at one person and it'll automatically attach to something else and then smack the two of them together.
Yeah. It was like they call it. I think it's a line launcher thing. Like
Which is cool,
right?
But I don't think early Batman should have that.
No, and early Batman picks it up from his fight with Deadshot. So there's some reasoning, but then I'm like, why wouldn't he just keep it? And now I also have shock gloves, which really I'm already not liking because it allows you to use them in a fight, but then it just completely eradicates all the strategy of taking out certain guys with certain moves. You just can literally beat them up with your electrified fists. And it just is sort of like, what is this?
Nightwing a little much?
A little Nightwing-esque. But, you know, the positives is the story's pretty engrossing. The voice acting's really good. I didn't really notice much of a difference, to be honest, between Batman voice and Joker voice between previous actors like Mark Hamill and, why am I blanking on Batman? Kevin Conroy. Serviceable. It's pretty good. Part of the fun is seeing how all these things develop. Yeah. It is back to being a Joker story, so it's kind of like we killed him in Arkham City, so I guess we'll do another Joker story.
You have to.
You have to, but at the same time, I had potential. I thought it would be where it's the Black Mask, but there's a story twist where it's like, oh, it's been Joker the whole time.
Yeah, of course.
Which it always ends up being that way, and it's a good excuse to bring back a major character, but I would have to say I'm not impressed, but I'm not dissatisfied. I'm kind of like...
There's an image online of the game. It was like an Xbox 360 cover of it, and it says like, Arkham Origins, 6 out of 10. Xbox greatest okay hits. Yeah. Like stuff like that. Like, and it was just like, it was okay until the next game that they come out with, and I'm not dissatisfied, but I'm not satisfied.
Right.
like that kind of stuff.
And I think what I'm really truly hoping that Rocksteady has been developing a PS4 Xbox One version of Batman.
They have to be. I mean, the only reason why it wouldn't be happening is they are just jerks. Just
because that's going to be a huge money maker.
Kevin Conroy definitely let on that there's a game in the works. I'm almost positive. I mean, I guess the only thing we can do is sit outside sound studios out in the West Coast and see if Kevin Conroy is just going to be recording.
Are you recording?
Oh, he went in the building for 6 hours. Yeah. He's totally doing something for Batman.
He's not just jerking it for 6 hours, Kenny. He's Kevin Conroy. He can do anything. Maybe he is jerking it at a soundstage for 6 hours.
All right, how do we get...
I don't know, because I thought it'd be funny, the video of... I'm imagining Kevin Conroy sitting by himself in a giant sound studio.
So, on a scale of butter swipes onto the bread, what are you going to give it?
I'm going to give it a... You have a nice bread, right? You have a nice whole wheat bread, because I like to be healthy, but your butter is that hard, not spreadable kind.
You're left wanting.
I'm left wanting. I'm left like, I'm satisfied I ate my bread and butter, but it put a couple holes in the bread, and it didn't melt all the way.
Okay, I can do that.
What was I wanted to say one other thing about the game before we switch topics. One What did I want to say? Because it was so important that I got it out. I think after a while, though, the one thing that was also needed, there's some bugs. There's some glitches in it. Most notably, Batman. Yeah, Batman does a little shake. Like, there's one part where I'm fast traveling, and the fast travel is the cutscene should have audio, didn't have audio. And then there's one where it didn't save it, where Batman, and this is familiar to those of you who've played it, will be on his comm link, and he puts his two fingers to his head, and you can't do anything else. You just stand, walk around.
Yeah.
And then there's others where he's inputting something on his gauntlet. So I just had finished something where I picked up an item, and I'm doing the gauntlet thing. I fast traveled. But then when I was released out of the Batwing, it's like a very dramatic kind of like you're diving down into the ground. Batman just inexplicably went back to his gauntlet, and he just he fell down into the gauntlet into a bunch of bad guys, and he's still like, Alfred, did you get the input that I just sent you? And there's all like, come here, Batman, and they're about to like punch, and I'm getting punched, and nothing's happening. He's like, all right, great, and then he gets like smashed in the face with a pipe, and I'm like, Batman would just fall down while inputting.
That's removing you from the immersive experience.
Right, and then there was one point where someone has a sword, and the sword is not in the image, in the video. So it's like they're miming a fight with each other, and it's a cutscene, so you can't escape it. So I started laughing when I should be like feeling like I'm perilous. And there's a cut sequence button combination you have to hit. Yeah. So I'm hitting this button, and Batman is literally looking like he's just taking a shit because he's got his fists up in the air. And the woman's like holding down the knife, and then you release it, and then she goes, ah! And then it was bad miming, and it took me out of the experience. So there's a lot of moments like that with Batman's cape going through guys, and the animation doesn't really cascade over them with the cape like they did in City and Asylum. So, and the storyline is a little too convoluted at times too. I mean, it's fun and entertaining.
So you only had one more thing you wanted to say.
I had a lot. I'm sorry. I love Batman. I'm a big Batman fan. I think that's why I hurt my feelings a little bit that it wasn't an exceptional game. I mean, WWE 2K14 got a higher rating than
rush out
Origins.
to get it.
Well, I rushed out to get it because I want them to make more Batman games.
Yeah, but I just once I played the demo, I was like, it was cool. It was a fun experience. I don't want to pay for it. It's not something that it was a make or break. I
paid for Assassin's Creed 4, which I'm going to try and get to, and we can talk a little bit about. And you pre-ordered it too, right? AC4.
Yeah, I don't
have time. I haven't even finished GTA 5.
I'm still loving GTA 5.
I know. I'm getting back into
I've been playing GTA 5 online. I don't even play the story mode anymore. Yeah. I just load up online and then just see what the craziness of the people are doing.
That's awesome.
It's so much fun.
I haven't done online yet. I'm still trying to make my way through the story.
Oh my god. Come on.
I'm playing Batman now.
Come on. Did I ever tell you about my most favorite video game glitch? Okay. No. I think this was one of the PlayStation Maddens. It was football. When your linebacker would sidestep to the left, there was a spot on the field that once he stepped on it, he would just start uncontrollably shaking. So he would just start going like going up and down, just shaking.
That's awesome.
So me and my brother, we always just loved when it would happen. So we would force the linebackers to shift left. So one time my cat came downstairs, sits in front of the TV. The linebacker starts spazzing out. So me and my brother start giggling, and then the cat started spazzing out at the same time. So they're both just going. I was like, that was the one time video games and reality synced up.
That's awesome.
That perfect moment.
But yeah, there's some funny glitches in Origins. So
I love glitches.
Glitches are fun. I like GTA glitches too. They're always amazing.
You know what? For glitches, if you ever interested, Game Fails on YouTube, their channel, they put up just nonstop glitches. I watch it all the time. It's some good glitch fun.
I enjoy my lady friend and your friend plays GTA 5.
Oh, that's a glitch.
No, it's not a glitch. She's good at it, but she wastes all my money. She blows shit up. Sure. So I'm always like, what did you do? And she's like, I don't know. Like, how do you have? She literally gets in a car and then 3 stars appear. And I'm like, what did you do? I'm like, well, I shot some people first, then I got like, so where?
As she's chucking grenades out the window.
Right. And then for a while, she didn't know how to throw the grenade, so she just uncorked the grenade and then let it drop at her feet and then stay there and then blow up and then minus 5,000. And I said to her, just save the game and then go ballistic. But I one time forgot to save it, so I'm watching, I'm just cringing because it's just money flying out the window when she plays and blowing up planes. And so I'm getting back into GTA 5, and we worked out a system where she has to save the game before, and then she can go on rampages, and then I'll reload. Right. Yeah. But so that's my Batman Arkham Origins semi-review. I'll give you a full one next week, hopefully, and then we'll talk AC4. I'm going to try to crack into it this weekend.
Okay, I'm probably not.
Or at least Monday. I don't know.
I'm playing Pokemon Y.
Nerd.
Hey, you know what? It's actually really good.
Yeah.
It's surprisingly good. It's a little kiddie, so but in the same sense that the original Pokemon was.
Right.
But it's the game that every Pokemon player in the past 15 years has wanted. The experience they wanted. It's you actually feel like you're a little person moving around the world, not like a little sprite. You feel like you're
a man.
You're interacting.
Okay.
Catching the Pokemans.
So you would recommend that to everybody?
Yeah, if you have a 3DS and you need a good solid game to play, it'll take up so many hours of your time.
Sweet, I'm down.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to play that game ever.
On the bread and butter scale, I'll give it a full lather of margarine.
For Brendan, I'm not even taking the butter out of the fridge, so you just get bread.
You've never played it, so you can't say anything.
Don't care about it. Don't want to play it.
Well, then you're not allowed to review something you can't.
I'm going to review all the games I just don't choose to play and just say they're terrible.
Fair enough. I mean, I can't argue with that if you're going to do it.
Hey, Chris, did you hear?
I don't know. Did I?
Did you hear about Marvel movies?
Oh, God.
Why? Are you saying, oh, God, for the voice, or oh, God, for the Marvel movies?
Well, you know what? 2 stories out of the 3 that we're going to talk about are
disagree.
Positive.
Which one do we disagree on? I feel like we disagree on. We have to disagree on one.
You don't like Captain America.
No, I do like Captain America.
You don't care for Thor the movie.
I'm indifferent.
Okay, that's the one that we're probably going to disagree on.
But we're both excited for Days of Future Past, right?
Are not on the same page as I am.
That's okay. I think that was the one I was thinking of because I'm excited for Thor, Captain America. Days of Future Past just released their trailer. I got weepy-eyed. I loved it.
Oh my God, such a wiener.
What about it do you not like?
Well, it just reestablished that Marvel is very, very, very afraid of taking risks in movies.
About what? Like, what do you mean? Are you talking about the Wolverine
actual
Kitty Pryde? The actual storyline is Kitty Pryde.
Yeah. Okay. Now for the cartoon, they did it with Cable.
Right.
And it was cool. They did a really, really, really good job with it. It was that experience that you wanted. I'm sorry, but just because they've established, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine in a million movies doesn't mean we need another Wolverine-led story.
It is a little... I'm going to be very curious to see how this goes because it looks very Wolverine-centric, which for a film that established itself in First Class as we're going to be different.
Yes.
And then, so I can see... Well, I think that aside, the actual film itself, I'm going to probably
do you see the hope draining? I was so happy that when they said that this was the story they were going to do, and then the trailer released, and then I was just like, Logan, we're going to send you back. Oh, wait, we're going to send back Magneto, too, because that totally makes sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It makes zero...
It doesn't make sense. I'm hopeful that and Chris is dead. I'm coming at it with the same trepidation that I am approaching Man of Steel 2 Electric Boogaloo with Bruce Wayne. That's what I'm calling it.
Today's word of the day is trepidation.
Trepidation. So I really want to like, and I think I'm really liking the trailer based purely on Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen, who are awesome.
Yeah.
They're awesome. And I think a chance to see the two of them again on screen, I'm relishing.
Throw them in some leather suits and let them do some acting.
Let them be cool. And I like when Patrick Stewart tells old Xavier tells young Xavier, we need you to hope again and believe. I'm like, that was poignant to me. I love that moment. But now, I will agree with you, though. I think, while I differ with my initial reaction to the trailer, there is disappointment in the fact that they're not following the storyline per se, unless this is all just a lead to kill off Wolverine, who does die early on in Days of Future Past. Yeah. So if Wolverine dies early and then they focus back on the original cast, I think I'll be happy with that.
Well, because this is all about not necessarily just time travel, but alternate universes.
Right.
And are they going to take that big of a leap? Doubt it.
Probably doubt it, because that's confusing for the average person.
Doubt it.
And as disappointing as it is
disappointing.
But I like the fact that they had some new mutants like Blink in there. That was pretty cool.
Cool.
Bishop looks good.
Bishop looks awesome.
Bishop,
okay, in the cartoon, he had like this long wavy hair. It was just almost out of character.
Right.
And then now he's got these long, badass dreadlocks. And I was
awesome.
like, yes, that's the character. That's an okay, I'm going to take something and I'm going to make it new. Great. You made him more badass than he already was.
But I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, I'm still going to go see it.
I'm going to go see it too, but I think
it's going to be like Iron Man for me. I'm still going to go see it, but I'm going to go, wrong.
I know.
Wrong.
Do you want to talk about that, where they released the... which you loved, and you were throwing in my face all damn day.
Okay, Marvel essentially is going to be doing, I guess I'm assuming it's going to be a one-shot. It's not going to be like a full movie, but it's going to be like essentially appropriating, I'm going to do little bunny ears, the real Mandarin getting pissed at...
Ben Kingsley.
What's his name? Aldrich Killian's
version.
Yeah.
Killian's actor.
And, the fake Mandarin.
But are you going to be upset if it just ends up being another dude and not somebody with superpowers?
No, because the article proposed very, very unique ideas as far as Marvel has to figure out how they're going to approach magic.
Right.
Because Doctor Strange is coming up, hopefully. Right. And this would be their kind of simple, like, kick, the snowball down the hill and let it build up.
Right.
Magic has to be introduced at some point in time. We're getting to aliens. We have space.
Magic comes back.
Magic. We need some.
And magic comes up huge in Avengers with Wanda. That's her hex powers.
We need some kind of like it needs to start being established. So if this is one of those things where they do it and it's just like he actually has the rings and kind of like even if he's standing there glowing for like 5 seconds, I'll be happier than what they did in Iron Man 3. That'll be a more gratifying 17 minutes versus the hour and a half.
Will you retroactively apologize to me for being so mean about it if they go back to... Okay. I'm still looking for an
They're
apology.
not doing this because this is what they originally intended. Because if they can say that, they're boldly, lying. That's it. There's no way.
Bold-faced liars.
This is a reaction to fans going, you fucked up. Please
I don't think so. I don't think it's a
better.
reaction.
Please make it better. Iron Man probably would have been, I would have given it a lot better of a rating if it actually had a real appropriation towards the Mandarin, not a little kick-off to the spoiler alert, kick-off to the side, he's just an actor and Killian is the main bad guy.
I still love the move, though. I think it's funny.
Yeah.
There are no heroes.
Tony Stark's going to get arrested for being abusive to children. That kid's probably scarred.
That's awesome, though. It's so good. It's such a good ending.
It was deep tissue scarring.
It was deep.
Captain America?
Yes, loved the trailer. Looks awesome.
Robert Redford is going to make this a good movie.
Yes, and it looks like an allegory for America's war mongering, which is going to piss some people off.
Of course,
I think it's appropriate.
That's part of
that's
what
all that
comics
Captain America is. Yeah,
comics was propaganda for the longest time. It still got the kids happy and stuff, but it was all like, America's good for this, and we stand true. And if America's not doing so great at that point in time, comics always reflected it.
If this ends with a confident Captain America, I'm gonna love it, because Captain America at the end of Avengers is still that wishy-washy.
In 2 movies now.
He's been that reluctant hero, which I guess you can't really make that claim in the first one, because he was reluctant but then joined up with the mission and had a purpose. But then after he's now in the real world,
it was like
he's still sort of that like
culture shock,
and they portrayed him as Tony Stark's team, not Captain America's team, which I have a feeling, if we're led to believe Age of Ultron is what we think it is, it may end up with Captain America in the traditional role of leader if Tony Stark is compromised, which they probably will go with,
and
especially if Robert
Downey
is asking for the world for money, they might give him less to appear in the film, less if he's captured, quote unquote, or something like that.
Yeah,
I could see an angle like that being done.
Yeah, and they have to do it that way only because Ant-Man's not going to be established till after Age of Ultron.
And Ant-Man's not. I read an article that says it's like a heist movie.
It's going to be a heist movie,
which is kind of funny.
But it's cool though, because they're trying to approach so many different angles than just saying we're doing a bunch of superhero movies for superheroes. This one's going to be your 70s, late or early 80s, like intense military conflict movie.
Right.
The Captain America movie. Right. Thor is these fantastical, let's expand our minds and see what else we can fit inside of it kind of movies.
Right.
If Ant-Man's going to be a heist movie where someone that can grow super big and shrink really, really tiny, awesome. That's cool.
Awesome.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
We get Doctor Strange sort of really exploring magic. It's all starting to make sense. And Guardians of the Galaxy wrap too, so we got that going.
I think they might for at least for Ant-Man, if they're going to do a heist movie, that's the way they're going to approach his character flaw. They're going to make him more of a I don't know,
an anti-hero.
Yeah, because he is in a sense. I mean, because he's verbally abusive.
Well,
and,
maybe that's their solution for not having Punisher, because Punisher isn't available to them, I believe.
Yeah, no,
they could make him that anti-hero for them in that universe. I'd be fine with that.
I'd be fine with that.
So we are disagreeing on the trailer for Days of Future Past.
Mm-hmm.
We are agreeing in our hype and our giddiness for Captain America. Mm-hmm. You are more...
and Falcon.
Falcon. Falcon looks awesome. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
And more Nick Fury.
He commented, he was saying he wanted to be wearing like the all spandex, and they're like, no, wait till you see what we got for you.
That's awesome.
And his suit is just so cool. You only get to see it for like a brief second, but yeah. Thor.
I'm excited about it.
I'm excited about it. I've gotten some really shitty reviews about it.
Really? Yeah, I've heard it's been like 50-50. People either really love it or really hate it.
Everyone's like, Loki!
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's sort of always been how Thor is as a character in the comics. He's not an exciting guy unless he's doing something crazy.
Dialogue.
He doesn't have the best dialogue. Verily.
He's the most human form of the Hulk, I guess you could say.
Yes.
Thor smash, but with a little bit more
But
class.
with some pizzazz.
And honor.
Verily, dear brothers, shall we drink mead in celebration of our smashiness? I am
Exactly.
Thor, god of thunder.
But I still want to see it. It's a storyline that, once again, if you would have told me like 6 years ago they're going to make this movie, I'd be like, nope, sorry,
Like, you're
not
full
going
of
to happen.
shit. Yeah.
They'll do it in the cartoons. Yeah, because it's not completely less risky, but
No, they're not going to. Yeah.
But they did it.
Yeah.
And we're going to watch it.
That wraps it up for us, man.
Oh, final thoughts. What did you think of the look of the Winter Soldier? And tell me, were you not so fucking excited that they nailed it?
They nailed it.
Nailed it.
It was so good.
You want to know what I learned today?
What'd you learn?
They nailed it.
Ask me what I learned.
What'd you learn today?
You nailed it.
I nailed it.
What? Wait, what?
I'm Chris.
I'm Brendan. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
You nailed it.